Have you ever felt like you're living two different lives, one on Sunday morning and another throughout the week? Today we're diving into what it truly means to live a Christ-centered life, and I promise you'll never see your daily routine the same way again. Picture this: a wheel with spokes radiating from the center. When Christ is at the center of our lives, every spoke, our relationships, work, decisions, dreams, finds its proper alignment and strength. But when we try to make ourselves or anything else the center, the whole wheel becomes wobbly, unstable, and eventually breaks down. Paul the Apostle understood this truth better than most. He had experienced life both ways, first as a religious zealot trying to earn God's favor through his own efforts, then as a man completely surrendered to Christ's lordship. Listen to his revolutionary declaration: "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." Galatians 2:20. This isn't just beautiful poetry or theological jargon. Paul is describing the most radical transformation possible, a complete shift from self-centered living to Christ-centered living. The old Paul, with all his pride, ambition, and self-righteousness, had to die so that Christ could take the driver's seat of his life. When Paul says, "I have been crucified with Christ," he's not speaking metaphorically about some distant future event. He's declaring a present reality that every believer must embrace. The moment we surrender our lives to Jesus, our old way of living, where we called the shots, made the plans, and lived for our own glory, that person dies. But death isn't the end of the story. Paul immediately follows with the most liberating truth in human history: Christ lives in me. This means that the same power that raised Jesus from the dead now flows through our everyday existence. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you're not facing the day in your own strength. You have the living Christ dwelling within you. Think about what this means for your Monday morning commute, your difficult conversations, your financial stress, your relationship challenges. You're not white-knuckling your way through life, trying to be good enough or strong enough. Christ himself is living through you, bringing his wisdom to your decisions, his love to your relationships, his peace to your anxious moments. The phrase, "the life which I now live in the flesh," is crucial here. Paul isn't talking about some mystical, disconnected spirituality. He's talking about real life, the life of paying bills, raising children, working jobs, dealing with difficult people. This is where Christ-centered living happens, not in some spiritual bubble, but in the messy, beautiful reality of human existence. Living by faith in the Son of God means that every single day we choose to trust that Jesus knows better than we do. When our natural instinct is to worry, we choose faith. When our flesh wants to retaliate, we choose forgiveness. When society tells us to live for ourselves, we choose to live for the one who loved us and gave himself for us. This kind of living isn't passive or weak. It's the most courageous way to live because it requires us to die to our own agenda daily. It means saying no to the voice that whispers, "You deserve better," "You should put yourself first," or "You need to look out for number one." Instead, we say yes to the gentle but firm voice of Jesus calling us to follow him. The beauty of Christ-centered living is that it's not about performance or perfection. Paul emphasizes that Jesus loved me and gave himself for me. This love isn't conditional on our ability to get it right. It's the unconditional, sacrificial love that flows from the cross, and it's what empowers us to live differently. When Christ is truly at the center, everything else finds its proper place. Your career becomes a platform for kingdom impact rather than just personal advancement. Your relationships become opportunities to demonstrate Christ's love rather than just meeting your emotional needs. Your resources become tools for generosity rather than just personal security. This doesn't mean life becomes easy or problem-free, What it means is that you're no longer facing life's challenges alone or in your own wisdom. You have the mind of Christ informing your thoughts, the heart of Christ shaping your desires, and the strength of Christ empowering your choices. The question isn't whether you're a Christian. The question is whether Christ is actually at the center of your life. Are you still trying to manage your life with occasional input from Jesus, or have you truly surrendered the steering wheel? Are you living the crucified life where Christ's will trumps your will, Christ's way trumps your way, Christ's timing trumps your timing? Today, I challenge you to examine every area of your life through this lens. Where are you still holding on to control? Where are you living as if you're the center of your own universe? The beautiful truth is that you can start living the Christ-centered life right now, this very moment, by simply surrendering fresh areas of your life to His loving lordship.